It's day 49, last day hopefully, and it's fair to say Gloria is in a bit of a strop. She saved her worst weather for today. It really is bouncing down. It's been bouncing down all night. Tried to sort of get myself ready in the tent here. Not been easy, but it's going to be a wet one. It's a shame. It's a shame. But there's still 14-15 miles to walk, so at some point, it's only 6 o'clock in the morning at the moment, but I can't sleep because of the heavy rain. Tent is saturated. Most of my clothes are wet. It's just the end of the road, I think. Me and Gloria, I think, we've had a good run for our money, but the inevitable is going to happen. So don't know what kind of filming I will do today. Got to get to South Haven Point and get a ferry across to Sandbanks. Hopefully Gabby will be there to meet me about 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4. But yeah, hopefully this rain will let up. I've got no charge on the phone, no charge on the charger. Absolutely everything is down to the wire. No toothpaste left, no shampoo left. Yeah, it's definitely time to go home for more reasons than one. So let's see how it goes. I don't know how much filming I will do, but I will tune in when I can. I'll speak to you soon. Well, after 22 hours of rain without stopping, from 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I'm at Old Harry's Rock, which is one of the last major landmarks of this whole trip. But it's still raining, so I haven't done much filming, and I won't be doing much now, but this is what we've got. Beautiful chalky landscape. But it also means that we've only got about 3 miles, 4 miles to go now to the end of this trip. Morning. Well, I'm home. It's the day after. Finished yesterday, the 12th of July, having started on the 25th of May. It's 49 days. One rest day and one very short day. Quite a good achievement really to do it in 49 days. But an hour before I got to the end, my camera failed. It had rained for 22 hours solid, from 4 o'clock the previous evening all through the night, getting up in the morning, unpacking, and all the walking up to Studland Beach, which is the last the very last section of the walk, it rained. Sun came out and the camera failed, so not to worry. 630 miles of the Southwest Coast Path. It was tough. It was tougher than tough. I actually walked 695 miles with all the additional mileage to campsites and getting lost here and there, and so just under 700 miles in 50 days with a massive backpack. My backpack seemed heavier than everybody else's. Longest day I did was 22 miles. Funnily enough, I didn't have the backpack on that day because that was the tour of Portland Island, the Isle of Portland. So I managed to fly around there to some extent, and not having the backpack made so much difference. So loads of people helped me to complete the walk, in particular Gabby, of course, because she supported me, she picked me up, she dropped me off, she built in that rest day by coming to get me. She encouraged me every single day, so I'm grateful to Gabby for that. Also Audrey and Malcolm, they ferried Gabby around so that she could come and spend 2 different periods of 2 or 3 days with me on the walk, doing the actual walk, and she was inspiring because she just was very calming and so fit and healthy, and you know, I really valued those few days as a little pick-me-up. So thanks to Audrey and Malcolm as well for doing the ferrying, and I have to thank Darren and Rachel, who probably walked the last 2 weeks with on and off. Whilst I didn't do a lot of the walking with them because they walk quicker than me, they waited for me, supported me, arranged campsites, food, bought me lots of drinks, made me coffees, etc. Truly grateful, lovely people, and I hope they enjoyed the experience as well, which I think they did. We all found it tough towards the end, and it just got tougher and tougher really. Whilst fitness improved, the grind, the daily grind, and the desire to finish just made it sort of drag on a little bit. It's a long time to be packing up a tent every day and walking, then unpacking it, getting showered, trying to get something to eat, trying to sleep in a wet tent, which was invariably the case. The daily routine got tougher and tougher, it seemed. Equipment started to fail, clothes started to get smelly, a few injuries here and there. I had a couple of falls in the last 2 days. One was a comedy fall and it didn't hurt me. The other one was just a slip on a really slippery slope and hurt my wrist, hurt my hand quite badly. But yeah, the equipment generally did okay. I mean, the boots were brilliant. They're an absolute mess now. They didn't really last out the 700 miles. Merrill Moabs, I think they are, yeah. And the waterproofness started to fail. They're trashed completely, but the fit helped me to get my feet round there. I didn't get the blisters that I normally get. I didn't have the ache that I normally get. Don't get me wrong, my feet are throbbing. And it'll be a while before I get feeling back in some of the toes and black toenails and stuff, but the boots and the routine I went through every morning of taping them up here and there and putting the compedes on, etc. Sort of, I couldn't have done it without that. The stick as well, I mean, it's only a stick, but I could not have done that walk without that stick. Helps you on the climbs, so many climbs, and obviously gives you a bit of stability coming downhill, etc. Not a lot of stability in my case because I kept falling over, but the sleeping bag and the mat were good, climate mat, and the mountain equipment sleeping bag, they were great. The tent, the Nordis tent, very lightweight, beautiful design, but I put a few holes in it and it's very fragile. It's almost too delicate really for a trip of that nature. I think you need a little bit go with a few more grams and get something a little bit more robust, because it wasn't quite up to scratch. The rucksack, again, it's a lightweight rucksack by Osprey. I think I overloaded it. My rucksack seemed heavier than everybody else's. The straps are a little bit skinny, so the waist strap and the straps around here were cut into you a little bit. It wasn't the most comfortable rucksack, but it did its job, but only just. The camera, of course, that I'm filming on now, well, it really got abused. I dropped it, I banged it, I shoved it in mud once when I fell, and then the rain just got into it and it failed. It's working now, it's come back to life now that it's dried out, but it failed me at the one moment that I wanted it to be working. But on the whole, as I say, it was abused. The tripod and the controls on the Bluetooth controls on that didn't really work very well. I don't know whether it was because of the conditions, but that was a little bit of a letdown, but never mind. The guidebooks, I use the Pathfinder guidebooks, and a lot of information in those, but I carried 3 of these bad boys. We got absolutely trashed with the weather. Not all the information was great. The mapping I don't really like, and sometimes the author understates how far it is to places, or will say this route is straightforward and it's really, really tough section, and so it was a bit hit and miss, but generally the information was good. I went to 5 campsites recommended in these books and they were closed, so that didn't always work well. Just bear with me a second, I'm just going to pause that. Okay, the campsites, there was a whole variety of campsites, holiday parks to farmers' fields, and some were great, some not so great. A lot of sloping pitches, which doesn't help you to sleep. But generally the people at the campsites, the people who ran the campsites were incredibly helpful. They wanted to support you on the walk, etc., and that was great. There was just a few that were really disappointing. There was one at Durdle Door that charged me £30. Nice camps. Well, it wasn't even a nice campsite. Actually, the crows were. There was a whole murder of crows, I think is the collective noun, living above in the trees, and just woke you up at 5 o'clock with their crowing. It was horrible. But yeah, to charge you 30 quid as well for a single tent, tiny tent, is a bit rich. A campsite at Ladram Bay that we were aiming for, they wanted to charge me and Gabby £60, so we swerved that. Just exploiting the situation, really. You know, you got what you deserve. There's a couple of other campsites. One at East Fleet made me move my tent late at night, 9:30, because he said it was too close to some of the others. Just a job's worth. Put me off that place. And Tintagel and Port Leven were just poor quality and expensive. So again, exploiting the situation because there's no other options. The people in general who I met were great. The number of people who stopped you, had a chat with you, congratulated you, wished you luck, etc. That was really nice. I wasn't expecting that, but virtually from day one people were saying, oh, good on you, you know, for doing that. I'd love to do that, I've always wanted to do that. And so a lot of encouragement along the way, and that was really nice. I mean, obviously I've mentioned Darren and Rachel. They were lovely people and great support. Early on I met Jenny and Graham, lovely couple from Scotland, and Jessie as well from London. She was a nice lady. She only walked at Tintagel. John, who walked with Rachel and Darren for a long time, he got off at Plymouth where he lives. He was a good old stick, bit loud and boisterous and enthusiastic, which was nice. But we teased him a lot and he took it well, so cheers John. Couple Amelia and Charlie, they weren't a couple but they were a couple. They were joined at the hip, they did everything together, they even shared a tent and shared hotel rooms. Couldn't quite work out what the relationship was because they only met on this trip, but yeah, they were nice people, and yeah, so lots of nice people if I've forgotten anybody. Oh, there was Alfie, the cycling surfer dude. He was an interesting character. Enjoyed a couple of days with him. Right, well, did I achieve what I wanted to achieve? Well, one thing I did achieve is I'd lost a lot of weight. I've lost about 4 inches off my waist. I'm a lot fitter than when I started, and that was one of my objectives. So it's inevitable. You can't do that every day on that terrain and it not affect you or improve your physical fitness. So that one's definitely a tick. I wanted a sense of achievement and to bolster my self-esteem a little bit. Not sure at this stage, it's a bit too early to say whether that's been achieved or not, but I'm sure that will start to kick in at some point. It is a hell of an achievement. Just haven't really had time to absorb that yet. One thing that I think it did do though is it makes you value a lot of the things you take for granted. Your home, the comforts of your home, and your partner and your partnership, and you know, for me it really endorsed, strengthened my love for Gabby and how much I miss her when I'm not with her. And you know, that was absolutely the number one thing I will take away from the walk. So I think that's about it really. I call the walk Gloria rather than using the full title, just to sort of initially to just to abbreviate the name really, but I started to adopt Gloria as a person, and you know, she had many moods. She could be beautiful, she could be horrible, she could be uplifting or depressing, and I have to say that she saved her worst till the very end. It's always going to go one way, we were always going to part ways, and she was pretty acrimonious. It was pretty acrimonious at the end because she threw 22 hours of rain at us. I had a bad fall, my camera failed, so she threw everything at me at the end. But it was definitely an emotional journey and an emotional relationship, and Gloria, don't shed any tears for me. Speak to you soon.
I would say we were good together. I would say we had fun, but our trails will never run forever. Something else is on your mind, like everything that's good in life always come to an end. We're letting go, drifting apart. There's no use trying to pretend. And I know that it's over. Got the look on your face. It's so hard to explain, but the worst is the pain when you pronounce my name and you say, Gloria, please don't cry for me. Oh, Gloria, please don't cry for me. Yeah. I can hurt you like you hurt me too. Then we make love when we are done. Breaking up and then get back together. Oh, you're the trigger to my gun. But like everything that's bad in life, it's come to an end. We're letting go, drifting apart. There's no places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true, no matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold, no matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why, I'm always feeling homesick. In the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true, no matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Is there a place with sun all year round and pina coladas, with pretty faces and sand on the ground? I wanna stop this ongoing train before I lose my mind and go insane. I don't wanna sleep every night, I wanna light a spark in the dark. I don't wanna say I'm okay, living the same every day. Come run beside me, let's take off. Let's leave this place for another place. Oh, maybe all we need is difference. It's hard at this speed to see anything. Just tell me what you need and I'll listen. I'll listen. When we get there, we'll throw a big feast with pina coladas Hey, at least I'm breathing. I know it took a while. Been looking for a sweet song, a sign of spring, waiting for a reason to laugh, to sing. 'Cause I've been spending all my time to figure out just how I've been spending way too many thoughts on what went wrong. But what goes up must come down. Yes, what goes up finally must come down. Hey, at last I'm standing. I know it could be worse. I know we could be broken, we could be crushed, and every word I've spoken could have been my last to you. Instead of spending all my time to figure why you're gone, I've come to this conclusion: in the end, what's done is done. 'Cause what goes up will come down. Yes, what goes up finally will come down. 'Cause what goes up will come down. Yes, what goes up will come down. What goes up will come down. Yes, what goes up finally will come down. A bottle of wine will get me every time. One phone call away, and you're ready to be mine. We twist the truth to justify, but baby, two wrongs doesn't make it right. I'll be yours till the morning light, right here in the moment we're breathing life. Both of us lost in this ugly life. Right here, all that matters is you and I. So hold on and let justified for the joy of making up. We both escape, trying to feel safe. Favorite mistake playing on repeat. Baby, let's feel every heartbeat. I'll be yours till the morning light. Right here in the moment, we're breathing life. Both of us lost in this ugly lie. Right here, all that matters is you and I. So darling, hold on and let's save this night. Let's save this night. Let's save this night. Favorite mistake playing on repeat. Baby,